So who are you and what are you doing?
Hi, I'm
Yeah.
Paul.
I'm Craig.
So we are starting this YouTube channel off. God knows why, but
So why are we doing the YouTube channel?
So-
what are your reasons and motivations for?
I'm doing it because, one, I enjoy the video editing. Two, I enjoy the motorbike riding, and don't enjoy falling off. But
Yeah, but you seem to do more falling off
I
than you do riding.
I do a lot of falling off. So well, I'm hoping that people out there would enjoy what we create. I'm not in it for fame or money or anything like that.
I enjoy the editing. I enjoy the creating a story. Whether people watch it or not, that's entirely up to them. And it would be nice for people to see it and, sort of, I suppose it's like, YouTube's a bit like that. It's like a bit like a bookstore, isn't it? You pick it up, you look at it, and you put it back, or you pick it up, look at it, and read a bit, and go, no, and put it back. Or you pick it up, look at it, and read the back, and go, yeah, that's a story I'm interested in. And they take the book home and read it.
Yeah.
YouTube is a bit like that. And it would be nice that people would pick the book up and look at it and read it. But
and also if we inspired anybody to go out and do something similar, then that's great.
Yeah, it's not about fame. It's about using it to go out and meet interesting people and tell the story. I enjoy telling the story, but a big piece of it for me, and I think you'll notice it with all our videos that we do, other than the sort of sit down and talk videos like these, we enjoy the music side of it. We like, or me personally, I like finding that piece of music that brings that piece of video to life. And creates and sort of gives you that emotion and that feeling of what that moment was all about. So
just adding to it.
Yeah, you can watch the same piece. You watch two pieces of video, one with a piece of music and one without a piece of music, and they are two completely different things. That's what it's about. And hopefully people do like it, but if they don't, then, hopefully they don't because that's just not their personal taste and not because they've not had the opportunity to see it. You know what I mean? So...
I have been sort of looking on YouTube at, the amount of content that's out there that's sort of similar, the trails, adventure riding, and there is so much to choose from.
There is a lot to choose from, and I suppose it depends on what you as an individual want. If you want just first person hammering along a trail, then that's out there for you. That's not necessarily going to be what we do. Because that's not what we enjoy. Well, we're going to make what we enjoy watching. Which will be sort of sitting down, it's doing trials, it's first person, it's watching, it's filming each other doing the trial, it's taking the piss out of each other, which you will hear we do on a regular basis. And, it's going out and experimenting, going out and trying things. We're UK Trails and Tribulations. It's not just about motorbikes, is it? It's about... No, it's,
there's the whole idea behind that was that it could be for walks, for, neither of us have got, I haven't got a bike, a
push bike.
Push bike.
To kill you?
Yeah, I'm not into exercising in any form.
No.
So all the walking's going to be down to you.
We can
but
tell.
it's about the trails in the UK and what happens and what goes wrong, and also what goes right.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing we want to try and do on this channel is any trails that we do, we will do. I don't know. It's not so much a GPX file, would it? It's just the basic coordinates as the start and the end.
Yeah, I mean, we can always put that in the description. I've got a question for you, just to break things up. See, I'm prepared. I'm like Clive. I prepare things.
Yeah, but I'm like Noel.
Well,
I come out with a poignant question right at the end,
right, okay.
just before we finish.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. So, let's pick this one. What would be your weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse, and why?
Do you know that's almost as bad as Clive's? How much would you charge to? How much would you accept for drinking a cup of sick?
Oh.
And I think the consensus was £4,000.
That's nowhere near as. My question is nowhere near as bad as that.
Ah. So, what would be my weapon of choice?
Yeah, go on there. Go away.
Are we talking close quarters or are we talking distance?
What's your weapon of choice? I know which one I'd have.
I don't know, because I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, it's one of those questions that you go,
Well, it depends on what's going to kill them. I mean, do bullets kill zombies? Because they're already dead.
No, the only way to stop a zombie is to hack its head off.
Oh.
Well, according to the myth, anyway.
According to the myth.
Yeah, I don't think zombies are actually real. But
I suppose I'd go for something like a lightsaber.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice. I'd go more down to earth. I'd go for a machete.
A machete?
Yeah. With a shotgun backup.
Right, so yes. So I've got the 800 Tiger XCA. And you bought your 310 after I had my Tiger. Because we wanted to do some off-roading. But you didn't want the hassle of a heavier bike?
Yeah. Nice on the gravel tracks around Lake Vyrnwy and places like that. But as you say, it's more the weight for you.
Yeah, I didn't realise the weight because I put knobbly tyres on it.
Yeah.
Because I put those Michelin Anarchy Wilds on, didn't I?
Yeah.
And yes, it's It don't get me wrong. It is a very capable bike. But I dropped it a few times and God, it's heavy to pick up.
Yeah, it is really heavy to pick up.
I'm 57 years old and I don't really want to be trying to shift a sort of like 200 and something odd kilo bike.
So, and we went to ABR, and I think that's what sort of kicked it all off for us.
Did the test ride on the Sierra 300L and did exactly the same course as we did with the Tiger and the 310.
Yeah.
And the Tiger went down like a bag of spuds.
Yeah. 4 times?
4, 5 times.
Something
but it
like
wasn't just me.
No,
All the big bikes.
I'm not
You've got
saying-
the big
yeah.
GSs
Oh,
going down, the KTMs going down.
And again, it was mud. It was grass and mud, and it's a case of
It was just wet because it wailed it down for sort of like the whole night non-stop, and it was
on the
wet
night
the
before.
following day.
Yeah.
So that was a nightmare. But I did the same trail on the 300, and it was like that was on standard suspension, and that wafted around like it was on a magic carpet.
I mean, the 310 struggled again. Tires. Make sure you got the right rubber on your bike for the trails.
But do you regret getting the Beamer?
No, it's been so much fun. Right from when I first had it, it's been just so much fun. I can remember test driving it, and I was laughing out loud in the helmet. I paid 3.8 for it as an X demo. Then I put some engine bars on it, which is an absolute godsend from a couple of months ago. I put rental bars on it because I bent the bars when I had an off.
Is that when you bent the engine bars as well?
That's when I bent the engine bars as well. That went down quite heavily.
It's a good piece of video of you going clean out the handlebars.
Yeah. One of these days.
You gotta love the 360 camera because it follows you all the way around.
Yes, it does. What else have I done to it? Other than sort of levers and things like that.
Bash plate you haven't got though, have you?
No, so it came with the standard sort of plastic one, and up until a couple of months ago, we haven't done any sort of really rocky stuff. Right.
Okay. So what have we done to the CRF 300? Right. So adventure spec front mini fairing, K-Tech rear shock, K-Tech front spring, rear rack, and I've just sort of got like frame guards, rear brake caliper guard, and bash plate, headlight guard, rear bag, front mud guard bag, rental bars, and quad lock.
So you haven't done much to it then?
Go on, more questions.
Okay, questions. Let's ask another question. If you could travel to any place on Earth, where would you want to go? Well, where would you go?
This all paid for?
Yeah. Money's no object.
Money's no object. The Arctic.
Why?
Because I don't think it's going to be around for long. What about you?
I'd love to go to Easter Island and experience that, but more than that, I'd love to go to sort of the Far East, Vietnam, on the bike, just tour around on the bike, just spend a few months.
Oh, months.
Just a few months, just to experience a completely different culture.
We did the Long Mind, didn't we? And that was wet. Did that a couple of weeks ago?
Was it a couple of weeks ago? Last week?
Was it last week? No, it wasn't last week. Was it last week?
Sure, it was last week.
Was it last week?
But anyway, by the time this video gets cut and goes out, it's probably going to be a few weeks ago.
That's our age showing you.
Yeah. So
because we met up with Jeff, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which you'll more than likely see you will see on the video. Another CRF rider. We were just doing some video, weren't we? And he just sort of rolled up and then, you're right.
I mean, that was a really interesting day because we met so many sort of different sort of people. There's a few cyclists out on the trails. There was plenty of 4x4s out, and everybody was really friendly. So, it's nice to be in that sort of community.
Yeah, I think it goes to show that we're not, if you ride responsibly and you're not tear-arsing around like absolute hooligans.
Only sometimes.
Who, me? Well, you. Well, you certainly don't go very quick, do you? I just spend most of my time waiting for you.
I am occasionally, if it's nice and dry.
You're a puddler.
Then yeah, I'll give it some beans. But as I said, the tyres that I've got on that Beamer, the front end is the standard tyres that you get with the bike. So it's got absolutely no grip on dust or mud or grass. So
we took Jeff down that one trail, and he actually said to me, he says, "I've never ridden this one before."
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd ridden the others before.
Yeah.
You'd
not that
never
one?
ridden that one? Oh, so it's...
That would have been Adston Lane, wouldn't it?
That's the one that runs across the bottom down below the gliding club. As you came off the trail, it came off the Nemesis.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, the muddy one.
Yeah, Squirrel Lane.
Yes, the muddy one.
I call it Squirrel Lane because
Yeah.
I killed a squirrel down there.
We don't know that. We don't know that. He was limping away.
Was he limping
He
away?
was
You said he
limping
was
away.
squirming around on the floor.
Well, yeah,
There's a slight difference
yeah.
between...
There was a lot of blood, I must admit.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It was only a baby one. I thought I'd missed him. But yes, that lane, he'd never ridden that lane before.
Oh right, okay. It's only short.
So technically, that was my first roadkill on a motorbike.
Wow.
Ever. In 22 years.
Well, yes, it depends if you consider insects roadkill.
No.
Okay.
They fly, they don't use roads.
Okay. Well, squirrels technically don't use roads either.
But he was using that one. Go on, more questions.
Okay, questions. Let's ask another question. Who's the most interesting person you've ever met?
That I've ever met?
Yeah.
Most interesting person I've ever met. I wouldn't say person. I'd have to say two people. Can I have two?
Yes, you can have two, and they're probably the same ones I would choose as well.
Yes. I think the most interesting people that I have ever met and spent any time talking to has got to be Lisa and Simon from To Ride the World.
Mm-hmm. I will concur with that one. They are fascinating people.
Unbelievable what they have achieved as two individuals.
Yeah, definitely.
Working together.
Definitely.
I know they're husband and wife, but
yeah,
just mind-blowing. I think the story of when he fell off that bridge and the BMW landed on top of him, broke his neck, and he still rode back through the jungle for a week.
Yeah.
And Lisa had to drag him out 5 metres up.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah.
From the top of the bridge. Unbelievable.
Back onto the bridge and get the bike back up using ropes and pulleys on her own.
Yes.
While he
And
was,
what is she?
unconscious.
5'2"?
Yeah. Just an absolutely. So, plus the fact that they've got a really interesting story. They're really engaging people to talk to.
Yes. Yes, and I think the fact that, considering what they've done, they're not YouTubers.
No.
Their stuff doesn't go out on YouTube, does it?
No.
They haven't really embraced the social media side of it all, have they?
No.
They just...
But again, there's the type of people that are enjoying the experience, not doing something for social media's sake.
Yeah.
Like us.
Right.
So what are we doing next year?
Next year. So, festival-wise, we're doing Lightweight Adventurers. Are we going to do the Adventurers Festival in Wales again?
I quite like that.
I must admit, I quite like that as well.
Which is Nick Saunders'
Yes.
mini gathering.
Yes.
Really nice, about the same size as Mark and Jamie's Lightweight Adventurers. But there's bigger bikes. In fact, there's quite a range of bikes there, which was surprising.
Yes.
Dogs. Don't work with Don't work with children and animals.
I'm buggered. I can't work with you then, can I? Him there. KTMs, BMWs.
There's a few big bikes. There's
Africa Twins were there.
There's some road bikes as well.
Yeah. Goldwing turned up.
Yeah.
Goldwing was there. Did we see a Harley? I don't know whether we saw a Harley. We can edit all the Harley stuff out, can't we? Yes. Yes, Spain. Whether we do it next year or whether we do it... No, we will be doing it Spain. I'll book that. I'll get that sorted out. So we'll go to Spain. So the idea is that we travel down to Plymouth, is it?
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth?
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Down to Portsmouth, catch the ferry down to Santander.
Yep.
And then come off the ferry, go into Spain and basically turn left and do the trails.
Yeah. It'd be nice to do some sand riding.
You say that now, we shall see what you say at the end of it.
Well, I know it doesn't. Well, I should imagine it doesn't hurt when you fall off.
Desert's not just all sand.
No,
I know.
I know.
Rocks as well.
I know.
So there'll be the Tet.
I'm going to say you want to do Andorra, and I don't think the trails run up there from memory in the. I can't remember.
No, but there's the other rails. There's the Tet, isn't there? And what's the other one? The country
ACT
route.
or something.
That's it. The ACT. Something country trails. So I'll do that one.
Just Google.
Just Google.
Just Google it.
It's a mix. It's just going off and exploring and finding trails and not particularly not particularly having a plan as such, as in where we're going to stop.
ACT. Adventure Country Tracks.
That'd be the one, yes. Hopefully we'll get up to the lakes, see if we can hook up with Clive and Noel.
Yeah,
and they can do us a bit of a guided.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic if we could do that.
So hopefully that's one we'll be doing. And if you guys don't know who Clive and Noel are, they are the guys that run the Trail and Adventure Motorbike podcast. So shout out to those guys. Do some really good stuff on there.
Should we put a link in? We'll put a link here, or we'll put a link here. Whichever way around the links appear on the top of the...
I'll leave the links
to
you. Now it looks like I'm on TikTok. Yes, we'll put a link out to the Lightweight Adventurers as well, because they've been a big support for the stuff that we've done.
And again, they've given us so much advice on to the running YouTube channel as well, as well as the bike. So really, really, really nice guys, really helpful.
Yeah, big shout out to Mark and Jamie. Hopefully I'd like to. Hopefully we'll get up to Lake District next year. And next year, I've booked the Iron Butt Challenge. So I will be riding my Tiger 800 XCA for 1,000 miles in 24 hours.
My arse is hurting just you describing that. So good luck with it. Honestly, that's.
Well, yes, I'm going to do a bit of training. So I did say to you, didn't I? I was going to go do it raw.
Yeah, but I think you need to do some training. It's like doing a marathon without ever having run before.
Yeah, I think it would be. So I shall probably I'll do a couple of practice runs, just doing the Lightweight Adventure Festival.
Yeah, definitely
doing that one.
Definitely. It'd be interesting to see how it changes this year.
Because there's two stages, isn't there? You got Clive and Noel that are doing the creators stage, and
so you might even see us on there.
I don't think so. And apart from that, it's a case of just going out and
riding the trails.
Riding as many trails as we can.
Different. Get on some different trails. And find out. So we've got the Peak District, we've got the Lake District. You've got sort of Salisbury Plain and down that way.
Completely different style of riding. I don't think you'd like Salisbury Plain. It's got mud.
I'll get used to it.
But yeah. So that for us, that's the plan for next year. Right, what else?
Next question. And you got any questions?
No,
You haven't prepared.
No, I'm Noel. I haven't come prepared.
You haven't prepared anything. Okay. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know, because I suppose I don't really take a note. If it tastes nice, I eat it. If it don't taste nice, I don't.
Yeah, but what's the strangest thing?
What would you classify as strange?
Well, not normal.
What's not normal?
Something exotic or something that is not normally eaten of a dinner or a lunchtime. Or it's
Okay, we'll flip that question around. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Raw snail.
Why?
Admittedly, I was about 7 at the time.
Did your mummy and daddy not tell you not to eat snails?
Well, it was one of those things. It's a stupid child.
Did you bite its head off?
Where the whole thing went in.
What?
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. And you were 7.
And I was 7.
You were a very slow learner.
I
obviously.
do remember throwing up a lot after that, but
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
I think that I can't say that I don't know what the worst thing I've ever eaten is, but the worst thing I've ever trodden in is a slug in bare feet. That's gross.
Yeah.
Is it squishes between your toes?
Oh,
That's not nice.
that's horrible. That's
It really is gross. I think we should call it a day.
I think so. I think so too.
Well, thanks for watching, and dogs barking in the
dogs.
background. So ride safe and enjoy the trails.
Enjoy. Bye.